insights, and I welcome you all to today's program. So we are always here to learn. So today, what are we learning today? Today we are learning the composition of clean air. The composition of clean air. That's what we are learning today. We know that air is a mixture of gases. Yes, air is a mixture of gases. And do you know what it means? It means that air is a gas and it's a precious resource. So today we are going to learn about the composition of air in our studies today. The composition of air in our studies. We know that air surrounds us. And now one of the composites of air, or components of air, is oxygen. The component of air is oxygen. So we breathe in oxygen to stay alive. During the process of respiration, air helps us to release energy from the food we eat. And have you also realized that in most homes, the coal pot is taken outside when being used to cook? Sometimes it is fun to keep the fire burning. So we are going to do some practicals about the composition. We are going to do practicals about the composition of clean air. So this is our glass jar. This is our glass jar, and this is our candle, 2 candles. Yes, we are going to use it as an experiment. So we are doing it together. This is our candle, and what we are going to do is we are going to fix these 2 candles here. After that, we are going to we are fixing these 2 candles here. And after that, we are going to light the candle. We are going to light the candle. Then we know what the candle, which one will burn because of time of which one will burn because of the presence of oxygen and air in the jar. So these are our 2 candles. We are going to make the experiments. So our 2 candles are here. We are going to on it. So this is our first candle. And this is our second candle. So our first and our second candle is here. Here. So we are going to place this in our first candle to see which one will burn first. So in this experiment, we will realize that the first candle burns for some time because of the presence of oxygen. This first one, and when the air in the jar was used up and therefore there was no supply of oxygen, the candle went off. So we realized that this candle it went off because there is no presence of oxygen. But this, because there is presence of oxygen, the fire is still hot, or the candle is still burning. And the second candle, which was not covered, continued burning because air or oxygen was available. So with this, we realize that it is burning because the air or oxygen is available. And this one, because there is no air and it was covered with the glass jar, the air or the candle went off. And this also shows that air or oxygen supports burning. In other words, it will be possible to sustain a fire when air oxygen is absent. So we realize that the one that it was covered with the jar, it went off. And the one that it was not covered with the jar, it is still burning. It is because the presence of air or oxygen in the jar, the presence of air or the first candle burns for some time because of the presence of what? Of oxygen. So this one, it is still burning because of the presence of oxygen. But this, it was covered with this glass jar because there wasn't no presence of what? Oxygen. So that's what we are learning today. If you have any, you see it is still burning because of the presence of air. It is still burning because of the presence of air. So all what we say is, whenever there is air or oxygen, the presence of oxygen, it burns fast. It continues with burning. But whenever there is something covered or something covered the oxygen or the air, it's let's say the absence of the air will go off. Thank you. This will be our practical for today. The composition of air. If you have any comments, you can comment it in the comment section. You can send it in the comment section. I'll reply you. Thank you.